On the night of the 2nd and 3rd of August 1944, almost 3,000 men, women, and children belonging to the Roma minority were murdered by the Nazi regime in the gas chambers at Auschwitz. It's estimated that between 25 and 50% of the million or so Romani in Europe were probably exterminated. And that's what the Roma Genocide Remembrance Day marks today. But it's much more than that. Today, my mandate also issued a press release which warns that just as members of the Jewish and Roma minorities were portrayed as alien and antagonistic to the nation and its values and culture in Nazi Germany, Roma, believe it or not, again today, are facing a backdrop of increasingly divisive rhetoric. We forget, perhaps, that the Holocaust did not begin with gas chambers. It actually started with hate speech against a minority. The Nazis effectively used propaganda to win the support of millions of Germans to facilitate persecution, war, and ultimately genocide of mainly the Jewish and Roma minorities. Today we are seeing the phenomenon of social media now amplifying intolerance and prejudice and allowing thousands of little Joseph Goebbels to spew propaganda of hate and racism reaching, well, almost immediately, huge numbers of people. And this is causing real harm, literally leading to individuals around the world being vilified, lined up, lynched, even killed because they belong to dehumanize others, usually and overwhelmingly minorities. I therefore called on this day, marking the Roma Genocide Remembrance Day, to be used as an opportunity for greater acknowledgement of the Roma genocide in order to address as a matter of urgency the increasing intolerance, demonizing, and hate speech targeting of Roma and other minorities around the world. States must do more, much more, to proactively combat rising signs of intolerance and attacks against Romani and other minorities, particularly in social media and as we're seeing in hate crimes. I also gave this warning that minorities are experiencing significant increase in hate speech, but also targeting by politicians and others, where they are stigmatized as threats to society or to the nation. States must not forget the Holocaust of the Roma. They need to reflect and act to address the exclusion and discrimination too many Roma face today, which is also experienced by many other minorities, as well as the need for states to take concrete steps to address the increasing high levels of hate speech in social media, which have become propaganda mediums of intolerance and even tools of incitement to violence and discrimination. Despite the real progress that has been made by many Roma in different parts of the world, your 3-day awareness campaign, the 3-day awareness campaign of Romanip Montréal, is a part of not only a commemoration of the Roma genocide. I think it is also a significant event because more can be done, more must be done to recognize the continuing and perhaps exacerbating instances of racism, intolerance, and exclusion against minorities, and especially Roma, which risk getting worse unless governments are more proactive against, especially, hate speech against Roma and other minorities. So this is perhaps a call again to do more, because we still need to make sure that the Roma are recognized as having been victims of an attempted genocide and the need to address their particular vulnerability and marginalization in many societies. Thank you.